There exists a planet with an extremely peculiar way of life. People here judge a person's good or evil through likes. For example, when an old grandma gives a little girl an ice cream, she earns a like. But if someone accidentally does something wrong, they receive negative reviews. And those with over 500,000 negative reviews can never enter any entertainment venues. If negative reviews exceed 10 million, they'll be forcibly taken to the operating table. The emotions in their brains will be completely formatted, and at that point, all human feelings and desires will vanish. So on this planet, likes have become the sole standard for measuring a person's worth. When Earthling Kelly and her group arrived on this planet, they knew nothing about the rules here. The mischievous John started dancing in front of a statue. People on the street all held up their phones to record, but he hadn't realized he'd gotten himself into big trouble. After entering the restaurant, the front desk clerk was shocked to see the negative reviews on John's badge skyrocketing.
Oh my god, what did you do?
At that moment, the TV was showing the video of John dancing in front of the statue. Because he desecrated a historical great, the negative reviews on his badge had already exceeded 500,000. The clerk told them to leave quickly, saying they weren't welcome. But just after walking out of the restaurant, they were stopped by people on the street. John was tightly surrounded, and by then, the negative reviews on his badge had exceeded 1 million. Finally, the police took him away, and at the police station, a lawyer found John and told him, if John's negative reviews stayed below 10 million, he could be released. If they exceeded that, his brain would be forcibly formatted, turning him into a vegetable completely. John was completely panicked at this moment. What could he do? At this point, voting on various platforms began, and negative reviews soared, quickly reaching 4 million. Gradually, the negative reviews on the badge rose to 9 million, glaringly obvious only 1 million more, and John's brain would undergo torture. The lawyer knew there was no hope, because according to his experience, no one could escape brain punishment with 9 million negative reviews. By this time, John had been taken to the execution platform, and the police tied him up. Kelly called the captain to quickly find a way, while the engineer hacked into the review system, trying to create a miracle for John. They first made up a story about John taking care of his 90-year-old grandma, then created a photo of him as a child, hoping to win everyone's sympathy. Now the audience was sharing this information everywhere, and John was extremely flustered. At this moment, everyone held up their phones to vote, and negative reviews were about to reach 10 million. Based on everyone's psychology, the engineer created another video of John being a special forces soldier, with his beloved dog appearing in the video. When the public saw this information, most felt pity, and both positive and negative reviews grew wildly. Everyone held their breath once it exceeded 10 million. The machine would automatically execute the torture. Finally, the negative reviews stopped rising, and the voting ended. The lawyer couldn't believe it, they had actually succeeded, and John was finally released safely.